it helps. I can only say this now with what strength I have left. It can only when God wants to do something, and mean spirited preachers and mean spirited bishops, mean spirited apostles who will network against you. God sends people and kind hearted folk who have the heart of kindness to help lift your hands up to gain the victory which He
Mhm.
has intended for you to have. No weapon formed against us shall ever prosper. And I just want to say I thank you, both of you, my friends of many years. You put up with my mood swings and issues and all these other things, but it's one for. Let me just say, just be quite frank, for one for the women in the church, uh, Christ would be working overtime. Thank God for the faithfulness of black women, of women in general, and saved, sanctified women who I have on this line. I'm so grateful.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Now, does anybody
Is
have a
Angela
story
not available? Oh, sorry.
they want to roast me with?
I'm sorry.
Does anybody have a story they want to roast me with? Because y'all have combined, y'all have enough information to do me damage.
So I just want to say, I know Pastor Turner always says Dr. King to me, so that's Keene. So he calls me Dr. King, and I'm thinking he calls me Dr. King because he needs a doctor in every era to keep him in the straight and narrow way. And you know, some of us get off the track. We get off the track. So Pastor Turner needs to be kept in the straight and narrow way.
There you go, Angela.
Oh, yeah. I have not earned. I have strayed the path. I tell you. Yeah, I got issues. I tell you, it's no problem. See, my wife been talking to you. Mm-hmm. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Y'all not taking me there. Come on now.
Well, I just know that there's been a time on our wedding anniversary when I was working at the dentist office. You came to pick me up.
Uh-oh.
And you said we were going, and you said that we were going to get me a pair of shoes. And I went just as I was in my uniform, my purse, just as is. And we wind up driving for like almost 2 hours. So I stopped for a minute and I said, wait a minute, where are these shoes? He said, oh, they're in the outlet. I said, well, how far away is this place? Because these shoes must be made of gold. You can get me a pair of shoes. So he kept driving, and he kept driving till he stopped at a Best Western hotel, which I could not understand. And so he stopped in there, and then he came back out. He said, I got directions. So I said, you have to find directions. Look, I could have got shoes in Baltimore. So we kept driving.
We was in Pennsylvania.
Another place.
In Pennsylvania. We was in Pennsylvania. You just didn't know it.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't know it.
Are you saying something?
We were in Pennsylvania. I was afraid because the Christian cartoons where you get the get the steam coming out the ears. I saw that reaction. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To make a long story short, when we got to the hotel, when we got to this hotel, he stopped at another hotel, another Best Western hotel. And I said, you're making a lot of stops here. So he go inside, and he talked to the people, and he come back outside. I'm like, at that point, I was like really steaming, like, look, I just got off of work. I feel like I need a shower. It's sticky. It's hot. What is going on? And it's in July. So
it was hot.
It was hot. So he comes back out, and I said, of course I have to use the, personal room. And I said, well, where's the room at? I'm sorry?
These are fictional stories here. I plead
No,
the
they're real. Angela, Valerie, these are real stories. I'm telling you. We went in the
We're on
place,
live
the
radio
hotel,
now.
and he said the bathroom is on the 5th floor somewhere. It's like 3rd floor. I don't know where. And I
We're
said,
on live radio.
the bathroom should be anywhere in the hotel. So we go upstairs,
Careful.
and when we get up there, I see this hotel room open, and there's a champagne, but it wasn't really champagne. It was like a drink of a champagne. And
Don't get me in
inside the
trouble.
thing, and I'm like,
Don't get me in trouble.
so
I'm
he's
preaching.
saying, you guys got to hear this. He's saying to me, I go in the room, and I'm like, ooh, look at this. He's going to say, happy anniversary. I'm like, excuse me? Wait a minute. I just got off of work. All I have is my scrub, my pocketbook, not a comb and brush, maybe a mirror. And he tells me happy anniversary, and he took me 2 hours, almost and a half away from home. And I'm like, are you serious? He says, happy anniversary. Well, mind you, to make a long story short, we go back out to the car.
Make it short.
You know how to do
Yes.
that.
Yes, he goes back to the car. He goes back to the car. He get his luggage out, and he says, "Here, carry this." Well, I was in shock. I was like, "What is this?"
Was it this?
He said, "Yes." He said, "These are my clothes because we're going out for dinner tonight. Happy anniversary." And I was like, "Well, what about mine?" He said, "Well, you look beautiful as you are. You can wear what you got. Your scrubs, they clean, and you know, I got a clean T-shirt in the car." And I go upstairs. I go upstairs, and I'm buffing at this time. He said, "Can you do me a favor and take my suit out of the Ziploc bag and hang it up because I don't want it to be wrinkled?"
See what I say now?
What?
Well, mind you, I was so upset. And you drive it a long way. You don't have no clothes, no brush, no nothing. And he's going to unzip his stuff and open it up.
Before my eyes.
So when I went to unzip his suit bag, he had a beautiful gown for me, shoes, everything a woman could imagine to have in that bag. Yes. I was so mad at him because I thought he took me away. He bought me all brand new clothes, everything, and my brush was missing.
Wow, you are his queen.
Yes, my brush was missing that night. And I'm like, well, where's my brush? He said, well, I don't know. I don't have no hair. I was like, this isn't funny anymore. and he had my brush pack. He had my brush pack, my shoes packed that I was looking for. They were in the luggage. When I was asleep, he put everything in the car, in the trunk. And he picked me up from work, took me 2 hours away from home, not knowing that I had clothes in the trunk.
These are just jokes. These are just jokes to tell you it'll be all right.
Yes.
I do not prescribe.
I was real upset because I thought I had nothing. And he said I could wear his T-shirt out for dinner. That really got me.
Oh, no.
Yes,
well,
he did.
I got one.
Wow.
I got one. When he first came to my house, both of him and his wife came to my house, and it was the first time. And my husband, he didn't like having much company, and he didn't go for too many people at all. Very few people he would have to come in our home, especially to sit down at our table. But they had food. They came, and I introduced them to my husband. Come find out, the both of them, they were both jokesters. Both of them joking.
Yes.
Then they looking at me, and I said, "Oh well," he wanted to put on one of his tapes that he had done, and I said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, and I'm scared to death because I'm saying, "Oh no, now what we're gonna do now? He wants to put on the tape. What's my husband gonna say about that?" He said, "Oh yeah, come on." He put it on, and lo and behold, we put it on, and he loved the music too, and he just joined right in with us. And then him and Pastor Turner got so close. They really did. And the both of them joking with each other. And he got tired. He came in, sat down, mind you, first time in the home, sat down on the sofa, and went to sleep.
Yes, he did.
And my husband didn't say anything. Oh, well, the man is tired. Let the man rest.
Yes, he did.
That's what you're trying to say. Yeah. Okay. Now see. Now my friend Valerie's looking at me strangely. What had happened was the sofa sunk in. That's what sunk in. And so, when certain people eat food, they tend to go to sleep. Now I know somebody who does that.
Somebody snored.
Wait a minute now.
Singing a song.
Little too much information here. People were looking at me strange, and I know somebody who fell asleep on a national live program, talking to people. I mean, you want to attack the music, man. I mean, this is where it's on. And so, I feel revival. And so, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a celebrity, and I had my co-host, and I went to ask the co-host a question. And guess what? I said, Leora, and what happened was I heard a number of silence, like the White House tape, number of silence. And I said, oh my God, I think she went to sleep. And really, what happened? You can't get good help nowadays. For some reason. But it's all right. I still love her, though. Who's on the line? Yeah, you're coming after me. Okay. Who's on the line? I need help here. I'm being attacked here. Who's on the line? I know somebody's on the line. We got police sirens, all kinds of stuff going on. Somebody's calling me. I'm not sure who it is. They're calling. Okay. Yes. You're calling the wrong number. I know my phone not letting me get in. You can't. What you got? You can't. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You can't do. Your phone won't let you do a long distance call. You may have to. The only time you call and you can't get through, it's amazing. Oh my God. Wow. I tell you, you may have to borrow a phone from your neighbor. I won't tell about who you are. All right. Yeah, it's 1914-205-5353. 1914-205-5353. That's because we love you. We're going to do this way. God bless you. I won't say who that is, but all I can say is that they can't making all this money. Can't dial through on their phone. I tell you, I don't know what's going on. All righty.
Hey, Pastor,
you got say about it, Bell. God bless you. What?
The other pulpit.
The other pulpit. What's the whole title?
Let's see. The other pulpit. Maybe I've got both of them. The Life of a Leader.
Life Lessons of a Leader.
The other pulpit Part 2.
No, unless that's the gray version, and you got the colored version. Oh, I can't say that word.
I got the online version, the ebook.
Oh, you live in large. Okay, I see you. I tell you, I forgot I had an ebook. You know, when you get 58, you start forgetting when you met. That's for the intellectual person like yourself. Right?
Hey, Steve, do you remember the time we used to have those meetings about having, getting a consortium of music ministries together and ministers?
Oh, I like the way you put it. She's definitely my friend. She's putting it nicely. She uses the collegiate words from the Ivy Leagues, collegiate.
Oh, please.
When it actually, I was just trying to start a music union. That's what it was. Got me in trouble.